How much does it actually cost to do a security token offering? My friends, welcome to the next issue of Stobox Fintech Insights and the last part of our series on choosing the best jurisdiction. Today we discuss the last piece of the puzzle, which is the actual cost of legal structuring depending on the jurisdiction. Broadly, you can divide all jurisdiction on cheaper and more expensive. Among cheaper, you will find surprisingly United States or Estonia, and among more expensive, you can have Switzerland and Liechtenstein, countries like that. And there are 5 costs you need to consider when doing your security token offering. Firstly, the cost of company incorporation, the cost of opening the bank account, the annual cost of support of the company, the minimum share capital requirements, and the cost of offering registration. The cost of company incorporation is quite clear. You pay to lawyers as a registry company. It takes from 2 to 4 weeks to register a company. And both in expensive and cheaper jurisdiction, it takes around a few $1,000s to open the company. The more complicated part is opening of a bank account, because many issuers of security token want to accept investment not only in fiat currency but in cryptocurrency as well. And if we are structuring a holding company, not operational, which accepts multiple payments from in cryptocurrency or from cryptocurrency exchange, it may be problematic to work with banks for whom there is more risk of money laundering. This is why it is better from the perspective of bank account, especially if you want to accept funds in cryptocurrency, to go to more friendly jurisdictions in that terms. For example, in Liechtenstein, even bank can open an account for you in cryptocurrency. And in general, in the future, it will be more and more simple to open bank accounts even if you work with cryptocurrency. In general, in cheap jurisdictions, the total cost of opening a company with a bank account would be around $2,000 to $4,000, and in more expensive jurisdictions, it will be around 10,000 euros. Now, the next piece of puzzle to consider is the annual cost of support of the company. You need to file annual report, you need an accountant, and most importantly, in many jurisdictions, you are legally required to have a local director to manage your company. And this would, in more expensive jurisdictions, the cost would be around 5,000 euros per year, while in more cheap jurisdiction, especially when there is no requirements for a local director, it would be $1,000 to $2,000 per year. The next cost to consider is the minimum share capital requirements. This is particularly true about more expensive jurisdiction, where in order for your company to be created, it has to have in a bank account around 50,000 euros or even 100,000 euros. This is not the money that you spend. This is your own money, which will be on the account of your company, which you can use. However, you need to have these funds initially in order for the company to be created, and this is also the cost to be considered. And lastly, there is a cost of registering the offering, preparing prospectus, and all the rest of documentation. Generally, such cost depends on many factors: the complexity of your offering, the size of your offering, the level of lawyers that you choose. It does not differ much depending on the jurisdiction. The cost is similar, and on average, the cost of preparing and registering prospectus and rest of documents would be around 30 to 40,000 euros or dollars. However, you don't necessarily need to register a prospectus if you go under the threshold. For example, if you do a relatively small offering, only 5 million euros, or if you target only accredited investors. So this is an optional cost. Based on our experience, the best jurisdiction for an average company would be United States, in particular the state of Wyoming, both from the cost perspective and from the tax perspective, from the reporting perspective. However, this is not true for every company, and specifically which company is better depends on your situation. Where are your investors? Where do you come from? What your needs are, etc. And thus, you need to obtain an advice and to assess for your specific case, based on all the consideration we presented to you, which jurisdiction is best specifically for you. And if you think you need a professional advice in terms of choosing jurisdiction and avoiding pitfalls, we will be glad to assist you with that with our professional experience and more than 2,500 hours of research of best jurisdiction. I thank you for your attention. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you find it useful, please hit the subscribe button, the like, and share it with your friends with whom you think it may be useful. And see you in the next episode.